Hello, Helen here. I'm glad to be back after my Christmas and New Year break from making cards, and I'm glad you could join me. Now today I'm going to be making a Valentine's card, and I'm going to keep it quite clean and simple with just a die cut, some blending and the sentiment. So I'm going to start off with a card base and a front panel that are both 5 by 7 inches. Now this is a linen textured white card. The die I'm using is the Impression Obsession Designs Floral Lace Heart die, and I'm just cutting that out of my front panel, and then I'm popping all the little pieces out using my Spellbinders all-in-one and the pokey tool at the end and the brush. And once I've done that, I'm putting it in my Misty and I'm going to do the sentiment. The sentiment I'm using is actually a really cheapy stamp set that I bought from the craft section of one of our local department stores. I'm sure it's not very good quality stamp, but I quite liked the brush lettering look of the letters, so I'm going to give it a go and see how it goes. I'm using the love you and the exclamation mark, and I'm just using my grid line for the Misty just to make sure I've got it nice and straight on the card, and then I'm just making sure I've popped the sentiment in the middle just by measuring both sides, the clear sides from the sentiment to the edge of the card, just so that I can see whether it's evenly in the middle. Once I'm happy with the position of the stamp, I pick it up with the lid of my Misty, and then I'm going to stamp the stamp with VersaFine Onyx black ink, and then I do that about 3 times just to make sure that I get a good inking, because with the linen card sometimes misses little bits. And then I'm going to put Ranger Clear embossing powder on it and heat it with my heat tool. I did, just before I stamped it onto the card, just stamped it onto a scratch piece of paper just to make sure that it was all straight and even, just so that I didn't mess my card up when I did the stamping. Now you'll see I've got the die still stuck in the front panel. Now I did just tack it slightly with some magic tape on the back, just sticky tape, because I thought it was going to get a bit messed up, but you don't actually have to do that. Just take the die out, and then when you're ready to put the card together, pop the die back into the negative space. This video I'm not going to play music through. I thought I'd just talk to you a little bit, so I hope you don't mind. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and New Year holiday break. We certainly haven't had great weather here. It's been very windy and cool, way cooler than it should be for our summer, but it's starting to just warm up in this last week, so that's great. I'm going to do some ink blending on the actual card base, which is going to sit behind the heart. So I'm going to use Distress Inks, Picked Raspberry, Wilted Violet and Salty Ocean, and using my mini blending tool I'm just going to start blending pink at the top, mauve in the purple in the middle, and then the blue at the bottom. Now it doesn't blend the best because of course it's not a watercolour card, or it's not the cards especially for Distress Inks, but you're only going to see little bits of it through the die, so I'm not too worried about sponge marks and things, and I do build up the colour gradually, so eventually the colour do blend a little bit, but still not perfect. I have sped up the video here just while I'm doing the ink blending because it did take me a little bit of time. While I'm doing that, I just wanted to thank everybody. Just before Christmas, while I was just finishing the last couple of cards for the Christmas card series, I broke my 1,000 subscribers. So I was totally blown away and over the moon about that. And then during the Christmas and New Year break, I've almost broken 1,500, so it's just blows me away how wonderful everybody is, and I thank you for all the new subbies and the time people take to leave comments and encouragement. You're just a wonderful group of people, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much, everybody. For the new subbies, you'll probably notice that in the past my videos I don't have any particular style for doing cards. I do quite a eclectic range of cards. Part of it for me for card making is the learning new techniques, new styles, having a go at all sorts of different kinds of things. So you'll see some people on videos on YouTube, they have a particular style and they just do cards that are quite similar, but mine, I think you'll find a range quite hugely depending on what die or what technique I'm using. So I hope it keeps everybody interested and people get some good ideas from them. So back to the blending, I just continue doing the 3 colours, and then I go back over where the 2 colours meet and go over with both colours, just trying to make it blend as much as possible until I'm happy with it. To glue the panel on, I start by using a tape runner. Now this is a new tape runner for me. My daughter found this at a stationery shop. It's a Yoo-hoo glue tape runner, so I'm giving that a go. So I'm doing around the heart and also around the edges of the front panel, and then I'm just using some it's actually Cosmic Shimmer glue that's in a precision tip bottle, just so that I can get glue around all the tiny little bits of the die. It's a good glue, so if it squishes out anywhere, it dries clear and matte, so you really don't see it. You've just got to be careful the wet glue onto the distress ink, because it can, if you're dabbing off the glue, you can take some of the colour off, but it all worked out fine. This is really fine die cut, so I had to be quite careful where I was putting the glue, but I just tried to put it in anywhere where there was a bigger area, and hopefully that'll be enough to hold the die down onto the card. Once the panel was stuck down, the little corner down the very bottom of the heart kept wanting to poke up, so I just held it down for a few seconds just to let the glue stick, and then I put a clear acrylic block on top just to press it down and help it dry. While I was doing that, I put just some Pretty Pink Posh clear sparkling sequins, just in the 4mm, just a few of them around the sentiment, just to give a little bit of sparkle, and that's the card finished. Now I'll leave you with some photographs of close-ups of the card. Thank you for joining me today. Next time I'll be doing a Valentine's card with some punch flowers on it, so please join me. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.